2021. And should Inslee persist with this lockdown, we will have the St. Patty's Day Rebellion, we will have the March Madness Rebellion, we'll have the Memorial Day Weekend Rebellion. We will not stop showing up for you guys and for everybody's listening. Councilmember Ben, Elenbaas, thank you so much for coming. Give us your thoughts in the 5 minutes that we have here.
Sure. The March Madness Rebellion will come before the Patty's Day. So I wrote out a speech and everything, but a couple weeks ago I woke up and I was 42 and I can't read anymore, so my sight's failing me. And as of this morning, I can't smell or can't taste anything, so I don't know what's going on there, but I can taste everything. I can even smell the gym in here. I was wondering what I was going to say to y'all, but when I heard Doug speak, I want to say that I echo everything he said. Probably, and especially the very first things he said about the process and about peaceful protests. So we won't even spend any more time on that. But I think I represent the 5th District, which is North Bellingham to the border and pretty much I-5 to the water. And in my district are folks like Tony's Tavern and Paso del Norte and all these wonderful restaurants where I like to go. So one of the messages I wanted to get across today was eat more beef, support local farmers. One of the best ways you can do that is at these wonderful restaurants. Unfortunately, we can't do that right now. And I want to be just like the people that are up here screaming, open up, open up, open up. And I'm not trying to discount anything that other people up here have said, but the one lady lost her Costco card when she didn't want to comply with what she was being asked to comply with. And I don't blame her, I don't want to comply either. But Matt and Angel are going to lose their retirement if they don't comply. And Nick and Taylor and the McDonald family is going to lose generations of providing for their families if they don't comply. And I think what I tell people a lot of the time is that I'm probably an idealist, and I think that till I got elected, I thought that local government functioned the way they taught us in school. And let me tell you that it doesn't. It doesn't function the way they taught us in school. The bureaucrats run the show. They absolutely do. And they absolutely know what they can and can't get away with, and they push it to the limits. So I hear that they tell you that they don't have any choice no matter, but they're lying to you. When the constitutional lawyers tell you that this is contrary to the Constitution, they're right. The problem is that Doug's right too when he says that the governor has the laws that back what he's doing. And our local health department has the RCWs and Whatcom County codes to back what they're doing. And so we have to go, I understand that the Constitution should trump all that, but the fact remains that we're dealing in a corrupt system, we're dealing with a corrupt court system, and the only way you're going to rectify it is till you get in front of the Supreme Court. I'm also smart enough to understand that in the meantime you're going to blow through a few $1 million, your life's going to be ruined, and you're probably going to lose all hope. And so for me to stand up here while I haven't missed a day of employment at my nice job at an oil refinery or being an elected official and tell you guys to risk your livelihoods, I don't feel like that's the answer, okay? And maybe the people that ask me to come here and speak are going, oh, pull him off there now, he's contrary to what we're saying. But I fully respect the We Will movement, and I feel the same way. But I also see where you guys are coming from. And so asking you guys to open up, I don't believe is the solution that's going to get us there, because that's relying on us, everyone in the room who's not you, that's relying on you guys to sacrifice yourselves for our principles. And if we could get everybody to do it, then it would be one thing, but we can't. And so I think we need to come up with a better solution. And I don't know resolution is, other than to vote new people in office, but that's going to take time. You're going to need to vote people in office who respect the way that the system's supposed to run, and who will make sure the bureaucrats follow the laws, and that we put laws in place that are good and right and follow the Constitution. But we've swayed from that. So I think what I would like to see as a Whatcom County Council member, that I haven't seen in the entire 8 or 9 months that we've got, that we've had this, I would like to see folks show up at our Zoom council meetings. I understand you can't come, which is ridiculous too. But I would like to see you guys show up and in your 3 minutes in open session tell your story. Because I have people come up to me and they say, Ben, you're not doing anything to help us. And I'm like, really? Well, I thought when I wrote this resolution, or I wrote this letter to the governor, or I did this, that I was trying to help. But the thing is, people don't even know that because they don't go to the meetings, they don't pay attention to the meetings. And unfortunately, when you're in the minority, in your legislative body, you don't get a fair coverage either, right? And so what I would love to see is everybody here who has a story, show up and tell your story. That way, when I try and run a resolution that wants to respect everyone's ability to feed their family and respects everyone's right to be protected and safe and healthy, because COVID's not the only thing out there that's killing people right now, right? And unfortunately, the narrative is that that is the case. But that is not the case, and nobody's hearing that it's not the case. So please show up at our council meetings, call in and Zoom, in your 3 minutes in open session, tell your story about how Tony's Tavern isn't going to make it much longer. El Paso Del Norte is probably going to have to shut down. That it's costing Miguel how many tens of thousands of dollars to just keep the lights on. And encourage your friends to do the same thing. Because all I'm hearing as a legislative authority in Whatcom County is that we need to shut this thing down, and we need to keep it shut down because people are dying out there. That is a truthful statement, but it's not the entire truth. And I think that it's time that people heard the entire truth. Thanks for coming. Stay safe, be healthy.